totally missed that drop.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Go ahead.
Welcome into Fantasy Unclean. I am your host, Rich
Are
Fiddler.
you, though?
Not really. Joined at, it's Sunday. We're thrown off.
Yeah, you're
I'm like 3 days early but late all at the same time. It's weird. I am your host, Rich Fiddler, joined as always by Scott Robley and half of Frodo Carvel at this point in time. He's here in physical form.
I just want to say, fuck football.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
This week was not nice to Frodo.
No.
Mostly in the sense that Frodo had most of his fantasy world and football world riding on
The Dolphins.
the Dolphins, and it's been a rough 6 weeks now.
5 weeks. Yeah, and this
Yeah.
is fifth. Ever. My last bit of joy was the opening play of the Dolphins-Niners game,
Yeah,
and it was all downhill
from that
after
point
that.
on.
Yeah. Not only did we have a shot to, if we just won.
Yeah, well, I mean, at that point going into that game, I think you were like a 92% chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and the Dolphins were playing well in the first part. They were up 14-7, and then they were still up going into, I think, the third quarter, and then, like, Teddy broke his finger.
I was going to say, did somebody get another concussion?
No, Teddy broke his fingers
Fingers.
on his throwing hand, and then the next play.
While he was trying to tackle somebody.
No. He did that a couple plays before.
Oh, okay.
That's why I think he threw the pick, because he couldn't grip the ball.
Yeah.
So, and then he got Derrick Henry into the ground.
Nice.
And then Skylar Thompson came in, who proceeded to throw another pick and then not hit any wide open receivers.
Yeah.
And then
To be fair, he hasn't practiced with first team.
He has.
all this year.
Oh yeah,
Can't
yeah.
imagine
He started 2 games.
Oh, because Teddy's been out most of the season.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He played
Because
back.
every time Teddy comes in for Tua, he gets hurt.
Yeah.
Immediately.
So
Cool.
since we lost, now we have to win next week
Yep.
and have the Patriots lose against the Bills, and then we're in the playoffs. But beyond that, I was in the championship for our main league and had the worst game all season for everyone, and they had great matchups.
See, that thing is, I was looking at my squad this week, and I had great players. I had great matchups, because I do try and... I don't base my entire team off of matchups, but I do pay attention to the playoff schedule.
Yeah.
You know, and really want to aim for a good championship week. And I had good players, good matchups, and it got scary there for me for a little while. Luckily, Austin Eckler came back and pretty much saved my week.
Yeah.
It's still up in the air whether or not I'm going to win. If I get a pick 6 from Baltimore tonight, I think I win, because that'll give me enough of a cushion because I've got Jamar Chase going against Stephon Diggs tomorrow night.
Okay.
So our game is not going to be decided until tomorrow night. And right now I've got a little bit of an edge, but I need something big from the Ravens tonight, the defense. So I need a special teams touchdown, or I need a defensive touchdown, and then I'll feel comfortable about going into tomorrow night. Maybe if Stephon Diggs wanted to take the night off, or Josh Allen could take the night off.
I doubt it. They're really wanting that 1 seed.
They really want that 1 seed. Yeah, fuck.
Currently, KC's sitting in that 1 seed
Who are
spot.
they playing tomorrow night?
Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, they're playing Cincy. I just said it out loud.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's not cool.
Yeah, I lost
If
my
it's
other
a
2
shootout,
leagues.
if
But-
it's a shootout, I just want them to be both my guys, my guy and her guy.
But you and I made an agreement last week that we were playing in the toilet bowl,
Yes.
that we were going to do just tight ends, kickers,
Yep.
and defense, and we alternated picking
Yep.
in waivers.
Yep.
So do you want to see?
Yeah, let's see. Let's see where we're at. What do we got here?
I won
Oh.
29.7 to 20.1.
Crush me.
Otten, my kicker. Dicker and the Jaguars defense.
Oh, Jags defense. They did well.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had one
They
TD.
had a touchdown. All right. Well,
The
congratulations.
Patriots did well, too, because they had
Yep.
that pick six, but
Yep.
I'm like,
Yeah. Damn.
I won something.
You did win something.
So did Scott. Scott won something as well.
Yeah,
I did
but
too. Yes, I won. A shit on my chest. Hot Carl.
you and I still have a chance of whoever takes third place. I've religiously usually owned third place, but
You do. It is close, though.
yeah, where it's 82 to 88.
Projected finish. I have you, if my team shows up.
You have me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have Mixon and Burrow. I have Davis, Cook, and that's it.
Yeah. So we've got 2 players each left.
You have the better two players, though.
Oh, I also have Dawson Knox still playing.
Yeah,
as
he's
well.
he's hit and miss, but like every tight end.
Yeah. Dawson Knox will put up 18, or he'll put up 3
Yeah.
or 0.
I
Yeah.
went, screw it. I'm going for third place. I sat Mark Andrews and I put in Dawson Knox. I was like, fuck it. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Yeah. Well, we are one quarter into the game tonight.
Yeah.
I haven't even
It's
seen.
I think it's 3-0 right now, but
Yeah.
Baltimore's in the red zone, so could turn out okay. I don't know.
That's what I want. I want Baltimore to go up big, so that way they have to start throwing a lot, and then I can get some interceptions.
There you go.
That's
a
my
good call.
my game script that I want.
So, do you want to hear the team that I went against in one of the other dynasties?
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
He had a good game.
He's good.
Travis Etienne.
He did. He had a good game.
He had a good game. Rondé Stevenson, whatever. Stephon Diggs hasn't yet played.
Yeah.
CD Lamb.
Yeah.
George Kittle.
Yeah.
Christian
He had a good
McCaffrey.
game. Yeah, he had a good game.
Chris Godwin.
Okay.
And Keenan Allen.
Okay.
I'm fucked because I had Eckler, which had great,
Yep.
but the rest of my team did okay-ish. But I'm down 245 to 114.
I was gonna say you can't win a
shit.
championship on an okay week.
Yeah, and he still has Stephon Diggs to go, and I have James Cook, Mark Andrews, Singletary, and Deontay Johnson going, and Najee. So there could be a turnaround, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I haven't looked at one shitty at all. I'll get my ass kicked in one shitty. Or I got my ass kicked in one shitty. Technically, I could still win if for some reason Mark Andrews stops playing immediately. Cool. If he just stops right now, I will win by 1 point. I don't think that's going to happen.
Probably not.
No.
That's fine. Whatever. I'm not in the championship.
So, what?
Technically, no, I ain't anymore.
Yeah.
Now that obviously the season itself is not over, but fantasy is effectively over at this point. So,
Yeah.
what's a takeaway from this season?
It's been
Quarterbacks are valuable.
yeah.
And this season, more quarterbacks started in the NFL than any other season. And there was injuries, but mostly what it was is there was inconsistent play from a lot of top tier quarterbacks
And
due to
running backs.
injury and running backs, but specifically for quarterbacks, we always say there's plenty of depth in quarterbacks. I haven't run the numbers yet, but it'll be interesting next week when we run the numbers on who ended in what position, what placement, and what the spread was between those, because it used to be that the difference between first and fifth quarterback was negligible, or was significant in terms of one guy was clearly the best, but you had to get him in the third round, so you sacrificed a lot. But the difference between the sixth place quarterback and the 20th quarterback was nothing. Like, it was virtually identical, and that's the whole point of going for a late round quarterback.
Yeah,
right.
And this year, I would be very surprised to see that segment is flat. Like, I would be very surprised to see that. So, Russell Wilson got another touchdown today. So he
And he ran one in.
And he ran one in. He officially outpaced his bathroom.
His toilets.
So
It only took
congratulations to him.
17 weeks.
17 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's not been good.
it's not been good.
How many interceptions does he have?
I think he had 11 going into the day, so I don't know if he had any.
I think he threw another one today.
So 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's basically outpaced his bathrooms in
interceptions
as well. Yeah. Career lows across the board
Yeah.
for him. Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Noah Fant looked good today too. Our tight ends all look good because we've just been. You know what I figured out today? I was watching the Seahawks. The Seahawks are either the worst good team or the best bad team. They're not really a terrible team like we thought they were going to be this year.
Yeah.
That being said, the projected at the beginning of the season was 7 wins. They are now at 8, and I don't remember who they play next week, but I think it's
would be the
Cardinals or
Rams.
Rams. So we could easily lose that game next week, and we will have just barely beat the over/under on our wins this season. So, but they play bad teams really well. They play good teams really bad, and that's fine.
How'd Sauce do against DK today?
Metcalf got nothing today. He wasn't targeted hardly at all.
So they just
but
played it safe.
Nope, Sauce did get targeted a couple of times.
Okay.
And so they were throwing at Sauce, who was not shadowing DK as much as I thought he would. But they went heavy on the tight ends. I mean, they were throwing dimes to tight ends all day. Kenny Walker played really well.
So they were just playing.
DJ Dallas
They were
played
just
well.
playing a major shorthand game.
Yep, that's exactly
And
right.
it works.
Yeah, and Tyler Lockett was out there with a broken finger that had surgery, had like 13 screws in it,
Yeah.
like last week, and now he's out there playing, and he got more receptions and yardage than DK. So,
Speaking of that, I saw that Trey Lance had,
yo, Amanda, what's up?
Another surgery?
had
Yeah.
another surgery to get something removed that was in his ankle that had been causing irritation. So
Interesting.
That sounds like it feels good.
I mean, most of the time, once things are healed, you can remove a lot of those screws without any issues.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's all it is. Again, I'm not looking forward to the offseason quarterback controversy.
Yeah, that is inevitable.
Especially after finally seeing a game where we were down and had to come back at the end of a game, and
I'm excited to see that game because I didn't watch it live,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna watch the recap of that one because I'm interested to see how Purdy did.
I was astonished at how poor our defense was able to do against the team. Josh Jacobs, I don't know what his actual stats were today,
But he looked
but
good.
Josh Jacobs was gashing our
Really?
defense. I
Really?
mean, not even just the defensive line.
Yeah.
Like he was blowing past and blowing through
Yeah,
Warner and whatnot.
really.
And also
like, I'm gonna get fucking paid.
Drake Greenlaw, hopefully isn't super hurt, but he did get injured and left
Did he?
the game.
Offensive line guy.
He was going for a tackle, and I think it was Hufanga that basically came in to try and help the tackle.
Yeah.
But basically caught Drake Greenlaw's knee
What's for dinner?
and
What are you guys eating?
yanked his knee and his lower leg across his body.
Ow.
It didn't look
Ouch.
it looked like it was probably like a groin because it kind of
groin.
split his legs apart. So
Ow.
hopefully it's not super bad.
I did
'cause-
that with Ashley earlier too.
Nice. Hopefully it's not super bad because he's been really good this year. So, but yeah, our
Yeah.
defense, we allowed a lot of yards to the Raiders with a backup quarterback.
But you guys are locked for the playoffs.
Yes, 100%.
You still need help to get into the playoffs. You got to win.
We have to win, and the Bills have
A
to
little
beat
bit
the
of help.
Patriots.
Okay, which is not an unforeseeable. Like that's not an unreasonable outcome.
Yeah.
I think I need I'm still not dead, but I think I need a lot of things to go right for the Seahawks to fall into the playoffs, and I don't care if they do, because remember, don't forget my biggest takeaway on this season. My Super Bowl was week 1, and we crushed it. Like literally, crushed Russell Wilson into this mortal being that he is now, the shell of a man that he once was.
Honestly, you guys might have broken Russell Wilson this year.
Yeah, we might have. I mean, legitimately, like I felt like we talked about this a lot throughout the season about how it's possible we had heard rumors that his ego needed to be carefully curated while at the Seahawks, and if that's not the case over there in Denver, or if coming out of the gate, coming into Seattle, his home stadium, and getting his ass kicked and getting booed and getting things thrown at him, like all of that seems like that could absolutely demoralize a person. Especially, I think he threw 2 picks in that game. Like so it's that could have actually been a really, really bad start. You know, in terms that could have doomed his season.
Absolutely.
Who's gonna? So speaking of Russell Wilson, though, you know, we talked about Sean Payton going there. It sounds like the Saints are asking for a first round or more.
Yeah.
Which they don't have.
Which Broncos don't have. But they could get Gary Judy. They could get a star player out of there.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get the rights to Melvin Gordon or something.
No, he got cut.
Oh yeah, okay. Then that'll be interesting to see. Javonte Williams. Do you trade Javonte Williams for Peyton?
No.
I think I do. I think if you've got to commit to, because you're assuming that Russell Wilson and a good head coach, and there's no question about whether or not Sean Payton is a good head coach. In fact, Sean Payton coached Russell Wilson's mentor and idol, Drew Brees. And gave that guy enormous statistics and a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it seems like if you give up Javonte Williams, who is obviously a really good player, but running backs have such a short lifespan.
And he had
anyway.
ACL.
I mean, like if you can give up him for Sean Payton, I think it's a no-brainer. I think you have to do it.
I mean,
I just don't know if the Saints want it.
Well, they're going to probably be without a running back for half the season next year, so.
That's what I'm saying is,
there
with
will be
Kamara
some
being
free,
out.
There will be some free agent running backs though coming through.
You got Josh Jacobs out.
Yep.
Nick Chubb? No.
No.
Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt.
So I mean, there are some bigger names that are going to be out there this year. That I mean, it's not completely unheard of,
right?
But I don't know. Most of the playoff is pretty much taking shape at this point.
Yep.
There are some things that can move. Obviously, Tampa Bay stamped their ticket today, beating Carolina.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So they're guaranteed the 4 spot for the NFC.
Such a worse.
Yeah, it's such a bad.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you should have to beat a certain record percentage
To get a home field.
Like okay, so if you make it to 9-8, I don't know what they are. What are they right now? They're
7-9.
7-9.
7-9.
Right
so
yeah.
they're gonna be sub 500.
Yeah.
And everyone in the NFC South is going to be sub 500, right? So if that's the case, I feel like you should be above 500 to lock in your 4 seed or your home field advantage for the 4 seed. You get playoff berth, but if you didn't make 4 seed or if you didn't make plus 500, you have to go to their team.
Yeah, especially since at this point, I mean, obviously depending on what happens, because the NFC, the 1 seed can literally go to the current teams that are in 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Yeah.
Could still get the 1 seed at this point.
Yep.
Because Dallas could take it. Dallas can win the division. They can lose the 1 seed very easily, but they can take the division if Eagles lose and they win. Dallas just needs a few other things. So they could be anywhere between 5 and
1.
And the 1.
Yeah, they could be 5, 1, 2, 3, or 3.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yep.
No, they couldn't be 3. They could be 5, 1, or 2.
Okay.
Because they wouldn't fall to 3.
Okay.
They would have the Giants, or not the Giants, the Vikings on tiebreaker, so they would have at least the 2 seed. But yeah, so Dallas could still take the 1 seed. So obviously next week schedules aren't currently out. We are recording on Sunday night rather than Wednesday like we have been.
Yep.
Schedule's not out this next week because they want the game that's going to have the most eyes on it to finish out the regular season. The Sunday night game will be the game that decides something.
Yeah.
Next week's pod will be fun because we'll be doing our playoff draft.
But we're going to have to figure that out, though, because we're not going to be in town.
Oh, that's right. You and I are not gonna be
Yeah, we're not going to be here.
Is there a bye week in between week 18 and playoffs? Or does it go right into wild
Let's
card?
right into it.
Okay, so I was thinking about maybe this year we do our normal draft, but instead, no. Or maybe we could do our we can do a second bet of starting our betting this year. So that way in the postseason alone.
Yeah.
So we'll figure that out. But we'll have to figure out a draft. I guess we're gonna find out. We might find out today.
No. It's
No?
still close.
Still close?
It's still
It's
close.
still that close?
Yeah.
Is it close like I'm going to be...
Currently, you are. I will say. Remember how I said last week that I feel like I had missed a week?
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
I went in and retallied.
Okay.
So
And you cut
where
me.
we were currently at last week was I was at 102, you were at 103, and Frodo was at 104.
Okay.
After I added in the week that I had missed,
Yeah.
I am at 110. Frodo is at 110.
Okay.
You were at 112.
Ooh, suck a dick. What's up?
So, yeah, you had a good.
I was about to start questioning everything that you did in your talent.
I have
So
a
no pod
photo
next
of
week,
it.
right?
Huh?
No pod next week because you guys are gonna be gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're leaving Thursday night, right?
But we are.
Oh
Recording
yeah, but
for
we're
that
recording this
right-
week
yeah.
right now, so we'll do the following week. Yeah, we'll do a post week 18 pod,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're not. We're still gonna be gone. So it'll be actually
We will be
we're coming
after
back.
week 1 of playoffs.
Yeah, we're gonna be coming back after
Yeah.
wild card. Okay,
Yes.
so we'll have to figure out something in terms of our
Yes.
draft
We may have to just do a draft and then like
and post it. And,
I could
and
always
post it.
stream, and you guys could chime in, and we could draft off my stream.
we can do that. Yeah.
because we will have off days when we are there.
Yeah. And
So-
we can do Discord. You know,
Yeah.
I'll have all my gear there because I'm gonna be working while I'm there anyway. So.
And Discord's already hooked up to my stream, so
Yeah. So we can do it over Discord. That's a good
Yeah.
call.
let's get into it.
So yeah. So current standings, like I said,
Scott by 2.
we have 2 games. We have 2 games left right now.
Okay.
Current standings, I am at 7. Scott is at 8. Frodo is at 8.
Ooh, it is so close. man.
yeah.
The game that is currently being played, which is Pittsburgh and Baltimore, we all have Pittsburgh.
Okay.
You could take a 1-game lead because you have Buffalo and Frodo and I have Cincinnati.
Wait. So if I lose that one, Frodo and I are tied.
No, you'll be one up on me.
No, if I lose,
You're
Oh, yeah, I'm 2
you're
over.
You're 112 to 110.
so does that mean I win no matter what then?
No.
Oh.
Because we still have one more week of games that we're doing.
Oh, we're still doing week 18.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I got you.
So if
Can we
the
just say that I
Pittsburgh and
win?
Baltimore, no.
Okay.
Pittsburgh and Baltimore doesn't matter, obviously.
Yeah.
That game, because we all have Pittsburgh winning.
Yeah.
If Scott wins, or if Buffalo wins, then Scott will have 9,
Okay.
and then he will have a 3-game lead
Yeah.
on you and a 4-game lead on me. If Cincinnati wins and you and I get a tally, Scott will have a 2-game lead on me and a 1-game lead on you.
Okay.
So it's still very close.
Yeah, very close still. I feel like every year that we've done this, we've gotten closer and closer. I think at the end of the season last year, it was the same thing. It was 1-1-1. Like
So we do not know.
we
We
have
also
to figure out a tiebreaker just in case.
Yeah.
Because it seems
It's-
almost inevitable that we're barreling towards a tie.
Yeah, it very well could happen. We also don't know.
We could do win record in our leagues, regular season win record combined, all three of the leagues that we share. That person gets first. Wait, no, that's going to be me no matter what. I think because I got first place in 2 leagues, but I got last place in
got
the other.
last
one.
place in the
so
other.
that's what I'm saying.
So
it balances out.
we'll pick a game
Yeah.
and we'll see if the over on the over under
For the week 18.
for week 18.
Okay. So
But we need to make it so it's like the Sunday night game. So we may have to hold off
yeah. Figure out what it is night of if we know that it's
for a final tiebreaker.
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, girl?
Who's picking first this week?
I think it's me right now, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I think I've got the lead,
yeah, you currently have the lead.
so
yeah.
I'll go ahead and pick first.
Yeah. So in no particular order, because
Oh,
we
yeah,
don't-
'cause the
we-
schedule's
we
not
don't
out yet.
have one.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with Tampa Bay, traveling to Atlanta. Atlanta is 7-point favorites. Now remember, Tampa Bay has secured their position. They cannot fall out. They cannot get any higher.
Interesting.
Yeah. Also, Atlanta.
So Falcons are 7-point favorites.
Falcons are 7-point favorites. They have nothing to play for either. So this game literally has nobody to play for.
No
anything
implications
on either
whatsoever.
side.
Everybody's going. I mean, they might play because Tom Brady's not going to be there next year. So they could be playing. Everybody's playing new starters, right? Desmond Ritter
Yeah.
is playing, and whoever's backup or. Damn, dude. I'm going to take Tampa Bay.
I will take Atlanta.
Atlanta. It's interesting not to have to talk about the fantasy implications of this. I mean, like that game, there's no fantasy implications, even if it was week 7. But, yeah.
I mean, and again, we don't know who's gonna play at
Right,
all.
yeah.
I mean, Mike Evans went off today.
Yep.
But they're all, the whole team's reeling from injury, so they're gonna probably put
They
as many
should put
backups
everybody
in.
on bench.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but at the same time, Atlanta is just trying to figure out who their new guys are, who their young team is, and see what happens there. So
Yep.
I would say that this is basically a preseason game where you cannot predict how many reps anybody's going to take.
I'm gonna take Atlanta simply on, or take Tampa Bay simply on the Atlanta 7-point spread. That's a lot of points in this game. So
Yeah.
next up, we have a game that may very well have a lot to be played for at this point.
Okay.
New England traveling to Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
Buffalo is 9.5-point favorites, but New England is playing for a playoff spot. Buffalo may or may not. Well, I mean,
So we don't know the timing of any of these games, right? So Buffalo could be playing Sunday night. That could be flexed to the Sunday night game
Buffalo has to win today, though.
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, in order to
Have a shot at the number
have a
one.
shot at the number one. Otherwise, because if they tie,
I need Buffalo. I need
said
to.
Buffalo tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that means that I'm going to put them going for number 1 seed next week. I'm going to say, wait, what's the spread?
9.5 points for Buffalo over New England,
Ooh, that's so many points.
and it's in Buffalo.
I'm going to take Buffalo. I'm going to take them. I'm going to let them go crazy, put up them points.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I hope I'm back another game. I lose the Cincy game this week because
Yeah.
I need Buffalo to just want to smash the Patriots in the ground. So I'll take Buffalo.
This is tough. I mean, 9.5 points against
Uh-huh.
New England is a lot of
Right?
points. I just have a hard time taking New England over Buffalo at this point when Buffalo is going to be playing for everything at that point, I
Yeah.
think. Because, I mean, even if they win this week, they could still lose it.
Right.
next week.
I'm looking for the Patriots here. I'm looking at their schedule this year. See how many times they've been beaten by that many points.
Wait. No, if Buffalo wins this week, I don't think that they can lose it. No, they
Patriots
still
have been
could.
beaten by 9 or more points. More than you would think.
What are the current standings? So,
Like,
conference.
6 times this season they've been beat by more than 9 points. I'm taking Buffalo. In fact,
Yeah,
against
and
Buffalo,
Buffalo has the tie. So
Buffalo beat
has
them 24-10 last time.
Buffalo has the tiebreaker over KC. Buffalo has to win
Just to keep the record.
to keep the record of 13-3, which is what KC has.
Right.
So they could still lose. I mean, even if they win this week, they could still lose the 1 seed next week.
Right. So they need to win next week.
They need to win this week and next week.
Right.
Because
To keep pace with.
Yeah,
They're
otherwise-
keeping pace with KC, and they have the tiebreaker over KC.
otherwise, if they lose this week, they'll be behind Cincinnati, so they'll fall to the 3 seed,
Yeah.
and they won't have a shot at the 1 seed
Right.
at that point.
And
I'm saying
I've got-
Buffalo.
I got Buffalo tomorrow, so I'm going to take Buffalo the next week as well. Plus, they beat the Patriots 24-10 at the beginning of December. So, I like that one.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Minnesota Vikings, who could not make a comeback today,
Those motherfuckers.
traveling to Chicago.
I loved watching. So I read a tweet this morning that was like shitting all over everybody who's like it was comparing the media's take on Aaron Rodgers versus Kirk Cousins, and how they say that Kirk Cousins is inconsistent, and they showed the stats, and basically Kirk Cousins had better stats, marginally better stats, except for about 1,000 more yards or 500 more yards this year than Aaron Rodgers, and one of his worst years to date. And their argument was Kirk Cousins is basically as good as Aaron Rodgers, but the media won't take it. And what the fuck are you thinking?
No.
Kirk Cousins, in his best season in a couple of years, is barely beating Aaron Rodgers in his worst season.
Again, that's
Ever.
and the thing is that's comparing the same way when everybody was saying Jimmy G was really good.
Yep.
That's like saying that Debo and Kittle and everybody else had nothing to do with that, giving him those 70-yard passes or
Right.
60-yard passes.
Let me ask you this: do you think Brock Purdy's even has a chance at 5-0 going into the number 1 seed if you guys don't have Christian McCaffrey?
No, but dude, fuck today. Ayuk was on fucking fire.
Yep.
Ayuk looked fucking good.
Ayuk is good. He's really good.
Had Debo fucking jumping on the sideline with his last catch that should have won the goddamn game.
Yeah.
It was a damn good catch. I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, it was a manly catch.
Nice. Nice.
And I thought when he hit, Purdy rolled out to the left.
Yeah.
And I think it was Crosby that was coming chasing him down. I thought Purdy was gonna get fucking killed. He did.
Yeah.
He got
But
killed.
he stuck
afterwards.
through it.
But he's back like this, and he's right here, and just fucking launches it. And I thought it was like a wobble pass, and it might have been.
Didn't
but
matter to
Ayuk fucking came down with it, and it was
Nice.
for like a 25-yard pass. It was awesome. So I went from a very, very high to then watching Robbie Gould miss the kick, and I had to apologize to my children afterwards.
Yeah, we were walking the Georgia game last night, which that Albany house that I've got for sale. My clients were actually at that game, and they've got tickets to the championship game too.
Oh damn!
And but that Georgia game, watching Brandon, you guys saw him. He was on the show a couple of weeks ago, and he jumped and screamed a little bit once, and it wasn't even like that big of a deal. And his kids kind of like shrank down a little bit out of fear, And immediately Rick was like, come on, guys. You guys have heard way worse. Get out of here with that bullshit. Like,
Yeah, that was a crazy good game too.
nah, he did the thing. He said the thing. He said the thing.
We like turtles too, Mason.
Yeah, it was also nice of Amanda to show up this week, because she wasn't here last week,
Anyways, back to football. Minnesota at Chicago.
Yeah.
Minnesota 1.5 point favorites.
Minnesota.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
I mean, I'm all about disrespecting Kirk Cousins, but that's a little far.
I mean, the one thing is we do not know if this is a 1 o'clock game. And that is how we decided on Green Bay last week. That's how you decided on Green Bay last week.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Because you knew it was not a 1 o'clock game.
Yeah.
It was a 4 o'clock local game. Or a 3 o'clock.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't understand time.
It wasn't a 1 o'clock game.
Did I get it right last week? I don't remember who I picked.
Yeah, you and I took Green Bay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it wasn't the 1 o'clock. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
I follow.
Next up, Baltimore at Cincinnati. Cincinnati 6-point favorites.
Cincy. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't worry, you're good.
I didn't think we had.
You're good. We don't. Let's just go ahead and move on.
Yeah. I mean,
Mason even says Cincinnati, and he's not watched a minute of football this season.
that's true.
Next
up. For a wild card spot,
4 score 7 years ago.
these teams will be playing everything in this one, so you don't have to worry about that.
Do you guys know how many years a score is?
4 score. Is it 12 years?
I have no idea.
Try again. Try again. I think it's 20 years. I think 4 score would be 87 years. So 87 years.
Such a weird fucking phrase.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, I
know.
know.
Anyways,
I might
we've
be
got
making all of that up, by the way. I don't know.
not abnormal for you.
Nope.
Next up, we have Detroit traveling to Green Bay for a win and you are in game.
For both of them?
Yeah, either one. Whoever wins takes the 7th seed.
That might be a Sunday night game.
Yeah.
It might be, but there's more on the line with the Eagles.
Yep.
So Green Bay is 4.5 point favorites. But you did have Detroit as Hard Knocks. They've battled back in this season.
Yep.
I mean, Detroit would be in already if they would have won last week against the Panthers and not got fucking boat raced by the Panthers.
Damn, dude, I really want to take the Lions here because that would be the fun win. But I think the Packers are going to take it. What's the spread again?
4.5 points for Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Packers.
I'm going to take the Lions. I think Green Bay
like it.
wins,
Yeah.
but I don't.
It's
It's going to be
close.
closer. Yeah.
I like it. That's respect.
I'm also going to take Green Bay.
Good job, boys. Lions, though, that would be really fun. I'm rooting for the Lions. I'm rooting to be wrong on that one. I really do want them to make that one. I would love for Aaron Rodgers not to be in the playoffs, but you want Aaron Rodgers to be in the playoffs just so you can face him.
Yep. Like 4 weeks ago now, when Green Bay was going against Chicago 3 or 4 weeks ago,
Yeah.
had they lost that game, had Green Bay lost that game, they would have been eliminated.
Oh, okay.
So, and like, I mean, because I watched the Aaron Rodgers Tuesday on Pat McAfee
Yep. Pat McAfee, who was at the Georgia game,
at the Georgia
caught a
game.
field goal.
Caught a field goal.
Yep. Looking dapper in that suit too.
Yep. He said we're not statistically eliminated yet, and they talked briefly about. I mean, he's like, some things have to fall. Literally everything he has needed to have happen has happened for that team to come in. I mean, he needed Seattle to lose a game. He needed the Lions to lose a game.
Yeah.
He needed Washington to lose 2 games.
Yeah.
Which Ron Rivera didn't even realize that.
You said all of that, and I don't even know what the Seahawks need to get into the field or to get into the playoffs because I'm not. I would imagine so low on help.
I would imagine that
Hope on
Seahawks would need the Lions and Green Bay to tie.
That would be insane. That couldn't happen. So
because
So that means that we're effectively eliminated.
effectively yes,
Yeah, 'cause it's less than a
either one of them,
1%.
yeah, because Giants won, so they're in no matter what, so they're the 6th seed.
Yeah, because the other NFC East team is going to be probably the number 1 seed. Because I don't think Vikings are going to be the number 1.
Yeah, Vikings need a lot of help in order to make the 1 seed at this point.
So I think the odds-on favorite is the NFC East team being the number 1.
Yes.
And then
Yeah, I
who's
mean,
got the number 8 seed right now?
7. There's no.
Oh yeah, 7. Okay,
So
I forget that there's only 7. That's
Yeah.
weird. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. You're right.
I mean, I technically yes, I think Seattle is still in the running,
But they got a tie.
but they would have to tie,
be-
and Seattle would have to win.
Awesome. Remember last year when the Chargers and the
the Raiders.
Raiders, all they had to do was tie, and both of them
Yeah.
are in?
And it went to overtime.
And it went to overtime, the
Raiders.
Raiders were like, let's just have a tie. And then the Chargers went for it
Yeah.
on 4th.
Yeah.
And then the Raiders are like, well, fuck you. We're going to take it then.
Yeah.
And I respect it.
Pretty much
so
exactly
much.
what happened,
That's
too,
what I
so-
want to happen this year, except I want them to tie.
Yeah.
I want the Green Bay Packers and the Lions to tie.
Yeah. This is like when you're looking at your fantasy game,
Yeah.
and you have that like little sliver
Yeah. yeah.
of life,
yeah.
that says you haven't statistically been eliminated.
Yep. Yep. Because your tight end technically could score 78 points.
Technically could.
So
That's basic. You need your tight end to score 78 points.
that's what I need. All right. All right, let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go, boys.
Next up, we have Houston. Oh, this is going to be just a shit game.
This will not be the Sunday night game.
Houston traveling to Indianapolis. Indianapolis is 2.5-point favorites.
I don't want to take either of them. Can I take both of them losing?
I mean, I think Houston's still going for the 1 seed at this point.
1 seed. Oh, the number 1 pick, you mean?
Houston is. If they win,
They don't have the number 1 pick.
yeah, Chicago could take it.
So they want to lose
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. I'll take Indy. I'm gonna go take a quick commercial break.
God, this is
This is going to be a bad game. This is not going to be
oh
like this will be televised in a local area and
only
nobody's going to
in
watch
like
it.
one suburb of Houston or Indy. Yeah,
I really don't know. I mean, my gut says it's going to be Indy that wins because Houston doesn't want to.
I'll take Indy, I guess. Ugh, God, that's just a horrible game.
It's not going to be fun to watch. I mean, there's nothing about that makes me want to go see any of that game. And then on the flip side of that, we have the two teams that are vying for the 4 seed in the AFC. We have Tennessee and Jacksonville from that division. And I mean, after the games they had this week, Tennessee looked terrible. Now, they didn't have Derrick Henry. They didn't have a few other players, I believe, as well. And you had Jacksonville just absolutely demolish Houston.
Yeah.
And Houston's actually been putting up some fairly good games in the last couple
Yeah.
of games. So is that just Houston giving up on the season? Is that Jacksonville actually being a relatively good team? Jacksonville's projected to beat the Titans by 6.5 points. And this is for the 4 seed in the AFC.
Titans.
Give me Jags.
I'm going Jacksonville.
So last night we're over at Rich's house, and Brandon's got his nephew over there, and we're all just hanging out. And I am, I've met this kid a couple of times, very briefly, but he's a cool kid. He's a funny kid, and I'm giving him a little bit of shit, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up, buttface?" And he's like, "Hey, what's up, Caillou?" It was the worst burn I've ever had in my entire life. Just fucking leveled me. And this kid is 9. 9, and he
Oh,
doesn't even
my
really know
God.
who I am, but he just fucking obliterated me.
Yep.
It was. I had so
Welcome to 23.
dude. I was so.
Dude.
I had so much respect for him.
It was amazing.
I was like, oh my god, he's my hero. He's on. Like when I grow up, I want to be him. Like
How old is he?
9, 9, and he leveled me.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely worked him.
Next up, New York Jets traveling to Miami. Miami is 3-point favorites. Frodo is dead.
Dolphins, I love you, but I want to fucking shove you into like a clothes dryer with bricks and turn it on spin cycle.
And a cat, just to make it messy.
This is the issue. Like, okay, all three of us have had fan bases where teams were like you've done well, and like I have gone in such a long run since Marino of ineptitude that then our offense is just who can fucking stop us? Doesn't look like no one. And then hey, look, we might not make the playoffs. Like I'm in sales, so I'm used to roller coasters of emotion.
Right.
But not on my team. Like, don't give me hope. Either fucking suck or be good.
Rich doesn't understand what this feels like because he's had a team for the last 2 decades that has been either championship quality or not even close to it in the hunt.
Yeah.
It is either.
I would rather that
Never
be
in
the
the middle.
case.
Right, 'cause you
but
know
I am
what you're doing.
stuck in limbo.
This has been one of the most peaceful seasons of football I've ever had because nobody thought Seahawks were going to do anything. So I'm just like, hey, what's up, guys? Just
You
here
wanted to
watching-
win week 1 and you were done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I didn't win week 1, I wouldn't have been super disappointed because I wasn't supposed to win week 1.
The Dolphins tricked me into believing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because you guys were
the hope
8
that kills
and
you.
3.
Yeah. And just offense, just foof, foof, foof.
Yep.
They still can score fast.
Yep.
But like in the Buffalo game and a couple other ones.
Yeah,
like,
you guys were on a 5-game win streak going into the game against the Niners.
and the
Tua-
first play went for 75 yards.
If
Yeah.
Tua can keep all of his synapses firing for a full game,
Did you guys hear what actually
what triggered it?
prompted the concussion protocol?
Wasn't wasn't
They were-
McDaniel looking at tape like, how are you reading that or something?
Yeah,
like
he
that?
Tua couldn't remember his decision making.
Yeah,
In a given
couldn't
play.
recall plays that were
Yep.
that happened the day before
Right,
when they
yeah.
were going over tape. Like he couldn't say why he did.
Why did
what
I
he
decide
did.
this?
And
that's
when you know they've been in there and he like Tua has that memory, like watching his taped up talking about he called like Tua Savant, like he can recall, he knows
Yeah.
every read he
and,
makes.
and Tua is, and most NFL quarterbacks, certainly good quarterbacks, not even great quarterbacks, most good quarterbacks can go in and break down their own field, their own game,
Yeah.
play by play.
I think part of being an NFL quarterback, getting to that level, if you are a quality NFL quarterback,
Yeah.
you have some sort of like photographic or eidetic memory
Something
where,
that at least
because I mean, you see it with any. I mean, you see it with Peyton Manning, you see it with Tom Brady, you see
Yeah.
it with Aaron Rodgers, all of the top quarterbacks. I mean, and for that matter, all of your top offensive coaches at the same time. They'll recall a moment in a game. They'll know the formation the offense is.
Yep.
They'll know the formation the defense is in. They'll know who was standing straight across
Yep.
from him, calling out the defensive plays.
Even Pete Carroll will be like, "Hey, DJ Dallas," in the press conference after the game, will be like, "Yeah, I think he had like 37 snaps or something like that."
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like he'll just know that off the top of his head. It's
Emmanuel
crazy.
Acho, I remember saying, he's like, that last pick that Tua threw that really sealed it.
Yeah,
He's like, they dropped in cover 2 and didn't disguise it.
Yeah.
Tua picks this apart all season, no matter what.
yeah.
And he just threw it right to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I believe that the collapse in that game, which came after his head bounced off the turf.
yeah.
That's had to have been what happened. Anyway,
And it was another backwards fall. And
Yeah, it's the exact same thing that's happened
Yep.
yeah.
all 3
his
times.
head's just bouncing off the ground every time.
Also, did you guys
Can
see,
we put a fucking linebacker's neck roll on that motherfucker, please?
Right.
did you guys see the Giants sack Nick Foles today?
Oh, and then he did the snow angel.
He was doing a snow angel
Yeah, I
while Nick Foles is basically convulsing on the ground.
He didn't know he
Yeah.
was hurt, he said.
He
In,
said,
in all fairness,
he probably
never
did.
He never even looked back at him, and he's on the ground like this, doing the snow angel,
Right.
looking up at the sky, and the player that's over the top of him congratulating him. It's more the guy that came over and is congratulating him because Nick Foles is literally just right.
he's right there,
Right there.
and he's like, "You did awesome. You killed that guy."
I didn't see that.
He's
but
definitely
I-
going to
I
commit
heard about
suicide
it.
later.
He's. I mean, at most, he's doing a snow angel from me to Scott. If Scott was Nick Foles,
Oh,
I don't
wow.
want to
I
be
mean-
Nick Foles.
I
Why'd you
mean,
make me Nick Foles.
I'm just saying, distance-wise,
I mean, I'd have a championship ring, but
and a nickname.
and a
Yeah.
nickname. Yeah. Okay, so
I'm going to take Dolphins.
yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins as well. I think
Yeah,
they got it.
I
I
mean-
think Tua's probably going to be back.
That's the thing.
Right.
If Tua's in, I take Dolphins should win this game.
Smash
Should
the
absolutely
Dolphins.
win this game.
Yeah.
If it's what's his face,
Skylar Thompson.
Skylar Thompson, he's not good.
No.
He
flashed
is,
in preseason when
he
he was
is
going against
not
third strings.
he is not ready to be an NFL
No.
quarterback. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't generally expect your third string quarterback to be ready for
Who was
football.
a 7th round pick.
But also, neither is Mike White. Like, he's not a
Yeah.
great quarterback. He's fun. He's been fun to watch, but he is not a great quarterback. He got beat by one of the worst defenses in the league today.
Mike White looks like Tom Brady compared to Skylar Thompson.
He doesn't know where. He can run, but that's.
Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
He texted me. He's like, "How bad were you screaming?" Like, I was yelling, "Run the fucking ball in!"
There was a play where Skylar they actually got into the red zone and Skylar Thompson rolled out to the right.
Yeah.
And he had an open, like he could have walked the touchdown in.
Yeah.
Now he threw it, and obviously because they don't because of the camera angles,
Yeah.
you can't ever see who the ball's fucking going to.
Yeah.
But it was Gesicki that he hit, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
Gesicki
He did
caught it.
hit Gesicki for a touchdown, but I mean, he was only 7 yards away from the end zone, and he had
There was no one around him.
8 or 10 yards
And he was
before
looking for a
anybody.
pass.
And he went for the pass, and it was like, okay, that worked out that time, but had you missed it, everybody would have fucking
Yep.
roasted you because you easily could have walked that one
Yeah.
in for the
Could have
touchdown.
stepped in for a touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think my dog just farted.
gross.
Or did you?
No,
No. Okay.
you would know.
I figured like, oh no, like I've been over here like just fucking lighting it up over here, but I don't have very stinky farts most of the
Yeah.
time. So
I'm gonna go with Miami as well. If Tua can play, he's gonna play because this is their chance at
season.
playoffs.
Yep.
I mean,
I agree.
there's no other way around it. So they win and they
and he wasn't like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how because that's in Miami, so that'll be a 1 o'clock game. But New England's in Buffalo, that'll be a 1 o'clock. They'll be playing at the same time, so they won't
Yeah.
know. They won't know.
So
They'll
they're
be
gonna have to play
watching
for it.
the
Yeah, they'll be
scoreboard.
watching the scoreboard, but they'll have
they
to.
got to go take care of their shit first
Yep.
and worry about the other shit later.
Yep.
They might split those. They can flex them around. It happened last year when I.
Oh, yeah.
So the Dolphins game I was going to because there was playoff implications for that. It was supposed to be a 10 o'clock game. It got moved to the afternoon slate.
went like
So it
nerds.
started at 4:15 their time to 1 o'clock. I see them. They could split the games.
That may happen. I know everybody complains about the fact that there's always way more games in the early slot.
Yeah.
What most people don't realize is that all of the games, for the most part, are being played at a 1 o'clock time slot.
Right.
Yeah.
But people on the East Coast, they don't follow that
Yeah.
because they don't think about the fact that we're watching games at 10 o'clock or 1 o'clock,
Right.
Yeah.
or playing games at 10 o'clock or 1 o'clock on the West Coast.
Right.
That's why you see Seattle and San Francisco and all those games being played in the afternoon games lately, especially,
Right.
Yeah.
unless we're away teams.
Right.
So this one will be interesting because obviously you have a lot of teams. Obviously, you're gonna have the LA and Seattle game and the Arizona and San Francisco game. Those are all gonna be afternoon games.
So we'll see. We should have
So you guys know the what is it? The Trolls movie.
yeah.
The whatever the Justin Timberlake character. That's what his balls look like. That's
Are they that tasty?
probably. I don't know.
Because those
I
are
mean,
delicious.
they were eating trolls in there.
yeah.
Here it is. Yeah,
So
that makes sense to me.
next up, Carolina travels to New Orleans. New Orleans, 5-point favorites.
It's also a game that no one has anything to play for.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Tampa Bay has the tiebreaker, so Carolina can't win anything.
And New Orleans.
But at the same time, New Orleans coach, the interim coach, is still kind of playing for a job at this point. I mean, I think he's proved that he could do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the fuck New Orleans is going to do at this point. New Orleans beat the Eagles today.
Yeah, I'll take New Orleans. I mean, honestly, the point spread scares me a little bit.
it's 5.5.
5 points.
Give me Carolina. Just because the point. I'll take the
Yeah.
5.
I have to make up some games on Scott, so I'm going to have to go with Carolina on this one.
God, I can't stop eating these.
They're delicious, aren't they?
They're so good. I love troll balls.
Next up, what could very likely be the Sunday Night Football game. New York Giants traveling to Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia's 13.5-point favorites.
God, that's a lot of points.
So that assumes,
Hurts
That
is
Hurts
in.
is
At
in.
this point. Yeah, that's
and he
that's,
was questionable going into this week.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would bet that he's playing this next week, and with everything on the line,
I think he wouldn't have played had they secured the one spot.
absolutely. Going back to my point that he should have played last week against the Cowboys, and won that game, and then had 2 weeks off.
Yeah, he still had 2 weeks off.
Right, but now he'd have 2 weeks off with the number 1 overall, because there's no way that the Eagles lose to the Cowboys with Hurts playing instead of Minshew. So yeah, I'm
And had they,
13.5 though.
had they won that game, it would have guaranteed that Dallas couldn't take the division from them. Would have guaranteed that nobody would have taken the 1 seed from them.
Right. That was my whole
So-
argument with them playing him that week, but maybe he was worse off than I thought.
Yeah.
And maybe this is all a very calculated gamble and blah, blah, blah.
And now they have a chance at losing the division, losing the 1 seed.
What did they, if they win, they have the 1 seed though, right?
Correct.
What was the score last time they met? Looking right now.
I think it was close.
It was not close. I'm taking the Eagles. 48-22. That's why it's a 13.5 point spread. Taking the Eagles.
Taking the Giants.
Giants. Just because of the points.
Yeah. And you guys got so much ground to make up on me. Like, it's just embarrassing for you guys at this point.
Next up, Cleveland
They rock.
travels to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's 2.5-point favorites. And Pittsburgh, I don't think is statistically eliminated yet.
They aren't. If they lose tonight, they are.
I think we're going to lose tonight.
What was what? Who are they playing?
They
again?
are down 10-3 right now.
Yeah. It's Pitt. and
Pittsburgh 2.5.
Who are they playing?
Cleveland.
I'll take.
I'll take pity for the upset here. I think that they're going to win. I mean, I know that doesn't sound like an upset because they're the technical favorite, but it's an upset. Deshaun Watson put up some good points today, his fantasy-wise. I didn't watch the game yet, so I don't know what happened, but he
I'll
put up
take
22,
Cleveland.
24 points.
I think it was 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'll take Cleveland.
If they can get Deshaun Watson rolling and they can get their run game going at the same time, that team's going to be great. And Myles Garrett going. Jesus.
I went with Cleveland this week. No. Like this
Last-
current week,
yeah.
yeah. Because I wanted Washington eliminated.
Yeah.
Cleveland's already eliminated, so I wanted the eliminated team
You want the other one
to
eliminated.
eliminate the other
Yeah.
team that I wanted eliminated,
Sure.
and it worked
Clear,
out.
clear some space for your team.
Yes. I didn't want to see Washington in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they deserved it.
You don't have to worry about it now.
But I can't go for them 2 weeks in a row.
That would be gross.
It would be gross.
That'd be gross.
Next up, speaking of, we have Dallas traveling to Washington. Dallas is 6-point favorites.
6-point favorites, huh? We'll have Tony Pollard back this week, I think, which will help.
How many times have we watched Dallas lose the last week to Washington
All of them?
to either ruin the chance of playoffs or seeding
yeah.
or something like that?
Yeah. I'm gonna take him anyway. I'm gonna take Cowboys.
Cowboys.
I can't go with Washington.
You can't, right? Especially not in that game. Even though it seems like a given that they're gonna be fucked, but
Yeah. Yeah. Next up.
Caillou. That fucking kid lives in my brain now.
Yeah, anytime you see anytime you see a photo of Caillou, the word Caillou, hear anything, that's in your head now.
Anytime I take my hat off, anytime I look in the mirror,
Yep.
anytime I look at you and go, fuck, that's me, but underneath the hat, like,
Chargers.
Is the issue?
fuck you.
Chargers traveling to Denver. Chargers are
Chargers.
3.5-point favorites.
Yeah, Chargers.
Nope.
I don't know.
talk yourself
No,
into it.
I'm not. I'm
Okay.
just saying I don't know that the Chargers can fall out of
They can't. But
the
I
5
think
seed.
They're locked. The only one is 4. There's a way, though. There's a way that Tennessee gets in, but it's a fucking long shot.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, no, they can't. They can't fall out of the 5 seed. So they've guaranteed themselves the 5 seed.
I'll go over there by you. What do you say? Yeah. Okay.
So that's my only thing is, but I feel like I feel like the Chargers are gonna want to just continue their winning going into the playoffs. So
Yeah, I think they're gonna need the momentum.
next up, Kansas City traveling to the Jared Stidham Las Vegas Raiders.
Who did put up a really good fight today,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that was
Annoyingly, yes.
annoyingly so.
KC is 9.5-point favorites though.
Casey has to keep winning because there's two other teams that are just chomping down their neck.
But where are they at? Raiders?
They are in. Yeah, they are in
Las
LA?
Vegas.
Or Las Vegas. Well, those two teams, man. Go Raiders.
Give me Casey.
The points. KC has been terrible against the points.
And they're typically terrible against Raiders in terms of always leaving them in the game and even losing to them when they should.
They only beat Denver by 3 points, and that's how they played them the first time.
Yep.
I'm going.
Yeah, if it wasn't for KC, Russell Wilson's bathrooms would have it locked up for the season.
5 touchdowns?
5 touchdowns.
5 or 6? Did he have 3 today?
I think he had 1 in the air and 1 on the ground.
Yeah, so at least 5.
And I'm giving him the rushing touchdown too.
Yeah, so he had at least 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Scored only on KC.
Yeah, you take out those games and he's fucked.
Yeah, I think I'm going Vegas based on the points.
Okay,
Next
so we got
up.
KC versus Raiders, right? 2. Okay. All right, so you're on an island there.
Yeah, Frodo is.
What's our island count right now?
I have none. Frodo
Nice.
has 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh my God, going for the win.
Yeah, 4.
like
and
it.
you have 3.
I have 3.
Yep.
Oh shit, man. You and I are big dicking it out here. He's over here just threading that needle.
saying it.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm on the winning side
Yeah,
every time.
right.
Because if I'm on the winning side every time,
Yeah.
I get that dub.
Yep.
Next up, LA, traveling to Seattle. Seattle is 6.5 point favorites.
Whoa. That surprises me. Sean McVay kicks the shit out of us.
It's in Seattle. That doesn't help though.
Nope.
It's actually probably worse.
I hate saying this out loud, but although we did play pretty well today. That's against the Jets.
We have a pretty good defense.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'll take Seattle. I'll keep him. I'll stay with him.
Yeah, I'm staying with Seattle.
Yep.
Really? All right. I like you guys' faith. I wish good fortune onto you.
And last up, not that this is the Sunday night football game, but the last game on the schedule currently. Arizona traveling to San Francisco. San Francisco, 13-point favorites.
And needing to win this game to get
for a chance
for
at a
a
1 seed.
shot at the 1 seed. Arizona sucks.
Bad.
Like real bad.
There's going to be a lot of exploding of that team this offseason.
But I also see.
Did you watch Hard Knocks this last week?
No. Wait, didn't they already do the finale?
No, it goes through the end of the season.
Does it go through the end of the
Yeah.
season? Okay, so then no, I haven't seen it.
This last week, after they played the game, I think it was the Patriots game.
Okay.
Last week. The owner is standing in the locker room in this super awkward, like, half stare at the camera, half stare at,
Kingsbury?
yeah, thank you, Kingsbury. And and Kingsbury's got this, like, I can't tell if it's a, God damn it, we just lost another game,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
God damn it, I'm fired. Look,
Both, probably.
probably.
Yeah.
And so it was just super awkward.
He's got to be the overwhelming favorite right now to lose his job.
Yes.
Yes.
The rest of this, even with interim coaches.
Yeah.
Like, interim coaches, all the interim coaches that are out there right now have a better shot of keeping their job
Yes.
than he does of keeping his.
Jeff Saturday's won 1 game, and he has more of a shot
Yes.
at this point.
Yes.
Yep.
And honestly, I think every Arizona fan perfectly fine with it.
Yes, they should be perfectly fine with it. This is a guy that was out of his depths to begin with.
Yeah.
The fantasy footballers have been talking about wanting Cliff Kingsbury fired since like week 2.
Have they?
Yeah, like they have no faith in Cliff.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, I didn't like the move. That's not true. I liked aspects of the move of moving on from Josh Rosen to get Kyler Murray. Parts of the move, like the idea that you're like, nope, this is who I believe in and this is who I'm going with. I like the idea of being that confident in yourself as a head coach. That being said, Josh Rosen is not as bad as his record shows, and it's because of Cliff Kingsbury going in there, torpedoing that offense, and then I mean, the development of, we talk about this all the time, but the development of a quarterback is so crucial.
Yeah.
And the dominoes falling of Josh Rosen leaving Arizona, then going to one team, then going to another team, I mean, he just never had a shot in the NFL, and it's because of Cliff.
Yeah.
And he liked Kyler, who Kyler has been great, and he's been really fun for fantasy purposes.
But now they don't get along.
And he
you're
does not
also
have a great
not
win
gonna
record.
have you're not gonna have Kyler for the first couple of weeks at least of next season.
Yeah.
I mean, more than likely.
Yeah, assuming Reber comes
Probably.
out.
Yeah.
No, well, that's completely different.
Well, that's supposed to come out in February.
Shit, yeah.
Well,
see.
rumored.
Yeah, we'll see. So, anyways, what's your pick? Arizona, San Francisco, 13 points.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm taking San Francisco. I
Francisco.
have to.
Yep.
They did tease because some of the cover art for the new operator for next season is
Yeah.
Ronan, and there's a bunch of cherry blossoms in the back. But it's not just he's standing in like a developed like on a map.
Yeah.
On the leaked images on Castle, there's a bunch of
Cherry
blossoms.
Nice.
So I think they're also teasing that the map will be there
Nice.
because they have not sold enough blueprints, and people want to fucking not play Warzone
Yeah, blueprints don't matter anymore.
because you can't get your loadout anyways.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that TikTok I sent you guys about unlocking the
The skin or whatever.
the skin or whatever? I want to do that because I want to get that skin.
Is it real?
I have no idea. I assumed you would know.
I'll go home and try it.
I'm not the guy.
I know where it's at.
I don't know that shit.
I think it's fake.
You think it's
probably
fake?
I think it's fake.
Fuck. Alright. There's so many glitches in this game anyway. I don't even know. It's hard to tell which one's real or not.
Right.
So, okay. Fuck. Well, I think I am still in the hunt. Yep, I'm still in the... Ooh, I've got a sack now. At the very least, I'm at 8 points. Which puts me projected 138 to 129 for tomorrow. But that's relying on two big wide receivers. And the thing that I hate about big wide receivers is they're always projected 20 points, and they either get 25 or they get 8.
Yeah, I know.
And so I do not have this locked up. I'm very nervous about tomorrow, but I will be watching. Or maybe I won't be watching and I'll just be getting drunk.
Yeah, I had a hard
Yeah.
time watching last Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a really hard time because I was pretty sure I was going to lose, and
Yeah.
it's really hard to watch
Yourself lose.
yourself
Yep.
lose.
Yep.
You can find out that you lost, and you're like, God damn it!
Ah,
But
fuck.
to watch the player that you need either not get targets like you
Yep.
did with D Hop,
Yep.
or to
No, he got targets. He didn't get catches.
correct,
He got 11 targets and 2 catches or some fucked up shit like that.
which is bad, but at least they're looking at him. It's
Right.
even worse when you feel like your player's out there on every play,
Yep.
but being
Just
completely ignored.
Just completely ignored.
You know
Yeah,
what's fun is you put your starting quarterback goes down, and you put the backup in, and he breaks his finger in the third quarter, and then
Yeah.
you're fucked the rest of the day.
Okay. That doesn't sound fun to me, though.
His last play, and the last play is where he lost 2 points because he threw a pick six.
Let me ask you this. Next year,
Yeah.
you have the chance in round 1, 2, and 6 to get Hill, Waddle, and Tua. Are you going to take them all 3?
No, I'll 6 is too early for a quarterback.
Okay. So
Hill and
8
Waddle,
or 9.
possibly no.
Let me put this anywhere under 10. Round 10. Are you picking Tua if you've got the other 2?
No.
Because it's too many eggs in one basket.
And it's worked very well for me. It got me to the point, but
Yep. Got you to the championship.
got me to the
The
championship.
same thing that won you certain games absolutely lost you certain games.
Yes. And it was just like too many. Now, I wouldn't normally have had Hill and Waddle on the same team.
Right. You weren't targeting them.
I won't target him, but we got in our one shitty draft. I took Hill in the first round because I was picking 7th and we were still keepers. So
Yep.
my keepers got blown up this year. I'm not keeping Debo. I'm not
Yeah.
keeping Javonte Williams
Yeah,
because
mine
he's
got blown
hurt.
up too, yeah.
So I'll
I'm
probably
not keeping Cup, and I'm not keeping Jonathan Taylor.
I'm gonna be keeping Tua and Hill.
Yeah, that trade ended up working out in your favor, did it not? I don't know if it in your favor, but it certainly wasn't against you. At this point, right? I mean, come on.
I mean, I didn't keep anybody out of that trade, though.
And the guys that I did keep didn't win me any games after week 8.
Yeah, I mean, I may have won some of those games early on, though, with
and that might
Cup,
have gotten you
and it
into
may
them.
have gotten me into the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a good call.
So
All right.
it didn't kill me, but it also didn't win me anything at the same time.
Did Zeke win you any games? He had to have won you a couple of games in that mid-stretch there.
Last year I had ended up benching Zeke.
Not last year. I'm talking about this year.
I don't have Zeke.
Oh, I thought you had him this year.
Yeah.
I didn't keep him.
Oh, that
No,
I give a
no,
fuck about
Ricky
that.
has Zeke. But
Oh, Ricky in the.
yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't do that. I almost took Hurts before you did, but I played the long game and it's like, well, I can, and it worked out. But
I don't even remember what round I got him in. It was
it was in the 7th. Is
yeah,
where you
it
took
was
him.
it was
and I was
really early for us.
yeah, but I would have been in the same boat this week. I would have been without. I'd be playing a backup quarterback as well. But
Yep.
yeah, I mean, my keeper will be Hill and Tua because Tua I drafted in the 13th round, a 14th round pick. Okay, great, and Hill will be my second next year. And
I feel like had Hurts not gone down, you may very well have been in.
I probably would have
Yeah.
walked away with the championship.
Yeah.
But
and I think if Tua hadn't actually got his, the zombie concussion,
Right.
I think our team would actually already be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
probably, yeah. Good luck to you guys the rest of the evening and tomorrow.
This is
for
the
you
last
guys'
last
championship.
podcast for what, 2-3 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah. So we will see you guys in a couple of weeks. He's already gearing up to go take a leak.
No, I'm trying to get away from football at the moment.
He's running.
Yeah, right. Hobbit's Revenge on Twitch. FF Mechanic on the Twitter. I am at Fantasy Unclean on the Twitters. We will see you guys in a couple of weeks. Peace out.